why do you think people are seem to be more vocal about banning podcasts than they are about banning the music? Because, you know, Wolf can explain it. We see these comments all the time. Like, oh, they need to ban microphones away from podcasts. Like, da, 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 da. I'm like, God
we say
damn,
the
like,
men.
well, I was same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So why do you think people are more vocal about the banning?
Shout out to you being directly honest. You know what I'm saying?
So why do you think people are more? Why do you think the women are more vocal about?
We're more vocal because I feel like you guys are more like vulgar and nasty when it comes to women on these podcasts, and you're like very disrespectful when it comes to us. So we don't like it.
But y'all be supporting the NBA young boys that be disrespectful to women. Y'all be choking your ass to it. Like,
oh, I don't.
Some people be supportive.
Okay,
so, do y'all find? All right, y'all say we disrespectful, right?
Very much.
What would be an example of disrespect that you refer to?
All right, disrespectful as far as you're saying, oh, because just want money and they want this and they want that. Well, what kind of was you into?
Oh. More the same. Look at this. This look like National Geographic up here. What's going on my screen?
Boy,
listen, these women sitting up here because they lying. She talking about these podcasts. This the worst. He said, y'all listen to NBA Youngboy, Sexy Red. Ain't nothing more detrimental. She said, now y'all worse than Sexy Red in them. Yeah. This is sick work.
That's wicked. Again, the weight. These big brutish sisters up there. I want to hear
the
more.
The dust of them. Like, look at the jeans. Look at the lycra. Look at it. Look at it. What's the difference in these 35 plus women and a 21-year-old at Clark Atlanta in college right now? Like the grownest woman on the panel has a set of glasses sitting on top of her head.
What do you mean?
A skirt. She has on a skirt. She has on a skirt over her big old belly, where her fupa popping out from the bottom. Like, really? And then they have the nerve to get up there and talk ill about men.
Yes.
And their
what you gonna say? Because you can't say nothing back. That's why they can be big, fake hair, blowed out, and they gonna sit and say what they want because you dare not say nothing back for two reasons. Order 66 and glory to the person said in the chat. Ninjas tend to go goofy over some cat. So they'll sit there and say that. And a simping ninja tend to rise to the occasion and pander to him. I'll give you your props, he's the queen. There's traitors amongst us.
I'm not going to say anything about the ladies. I cannot say anything about the ladies. I'm just saying these are not choices that I would have made. Let me say that.
Well, let me ask you this
that I would have made.
Let me ask you this: outside of the wardrobe. Right. All right. The statement is, they're mad at these podcasters like me and Mr. Walker, anybody else you see on YouTube. Right. They, she said, oh, y'all saying be this, be that when we don't even cuss. But I understand there are some podcasters out there, granted. Right. Is this stuff more detrimental than, like he said, NBA Youngboy, Uncle Luke, don't stop, get it. Gucci Mane, pop that, whatever, Cardi B, all this stuff they listen to. That they gonna say we don't listen to it. Now they gonna sit there. These women up here with all that weave and lashes said they don't listen to ratchet music.
Well, the most tragic thing that occurred on the internet was putting a microphone in the front of any and everyone's hands, because people are on here.
Well, that's not the question, though. The question is
on here. I'm saying it's almost.
Well, let's start by answering the question at least, so we can get somewhere.
I mean, the lyric. You don't take lyrics seriously when you're on.
You don't take this? Don't nobody.
Oh yeah, they do, because they take the red pill stuff very seriously.
HQ, no, the women dress up like Sexy Red. They go to these concerts. What are you talking about? They take that stuff real serious.
You asked me about the music. Do we take as opposed to, is the music more damaging or is these podcasts more damaging? I'm saying the podcasts are more damaging because
whoa.
You have people.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I don't see it that way. HQ. I don't see that podcasts are more detrimental than music. Just because we have drill music out right now and the young boys are killing each other and they're videotaping their crimes, and it's just very,
Yeah,
very
but
bad.
what does that? How does
I
that
don't see
relate to them
people-
making them do that? It's not making them do that. The internet
The music,
and the internet
the
is
music is-
radicalizing these young men.
the
It's not
music is
music.
saying stuff like, I'm smoking on your dead cousin Ray Ray because I popped him last week. And then when Ray Ray dies, and then when Ray Ray goes to see her child at the graveyard, Ray Ray's mother is getting shot because somebody else put out a song saying that Ray Ray's mother is the ops. So the music, I feel, is definitely more responsible for degenerative behavior, because I remember when Tip Drill came out, when Nelly took that credit card down the crack of that stripper's behind, it lit up. Like everybody wanted to be that girl getting the credit card slid through her booty cheeks. So it's music more so than podcasts, because podcasts have just come out. Like
No.
Okay,
Music. We had this prosecution of Snoop's lyrics, Jay-Z's lyrics. We've been over this argument. Does music make a person do what they do? Music does not make a person go out and do what they do.
I personally don't know one man, or I don't know men or women that watch podcasts. I don't know these people. But
You didn't tell me you didn't hear about that woman going to that.
Virtually everybody I know listens to music. I don't know anybody, no man in my life. I've never heard nobody say, "Hey, did you see that?" Not even Kevin Samuels. You don't hear men talk.
So you never heard of those people going to that house and deleting that person because they were on the internet and heard that
Shout out to Project Leroy, come through with the relief. Says, HQ, about that microphone in front of everybody. Go check on Jay and bring him a blankie during your time out. Enjoy your night, SBC chat. Megan Thee Stallion twerking for Kamala, votes and salt black people. Talk about it, Project
But
Leroy.
what about Ricky Lake? What about Sally? What about Oprah? And didn't Sally bring up some young man that ended up saying he had a crush on another man? And then that man was so embarrassed by that episode going viral before viral was viral that he went and killed that man for confessing his love for him. On a nationally syndicated show.
Yeah.
So if these podcasts are so bad, then so is Oprah, so is Ricky Lake, because it's a
like I just said, like Mr. Walker said, this stuff, there's not enough people watching this to even make it's not even an argument. It's almost laughable, because there's probably like 20-1 compared to people that actually watch this kind of stuff, the people who listen to the destructive music. 20, 30, 50-1. It's laughable.
Yeah, and that, what he and the Queen say? Yeah, talking about the music's been here for a while. No, it ain't. This new stuff, I'm not sorry, it's not music. That drill, and we talking really specifically about this new overwhelming genre of drill music that's probably taking more lives than I don't know what. Like that. There's a such thing as musical frequencies. We so caught in the superficial. Where my sister Luna at? We so caught in the superficial that we don't understand these I don't even know what to call it. Just things we should be in tune with. I ain't gonna get on my high horse, but that music, that demonic music will get you. Like, I acknowledge I can't go back to listening to DMX. That used to be my favorite artist. I cannot go listen to Dark and Hell is Hot. If I go listen to this Dark and Hell is Hot in the middle of VT projects, I'm lose my daggone mind. Can't do it. It just ain't no way.
That's a heavy album in itself. So that.
So, and you said something, but that was different. But this drill music, like you said, it's straight to the chase. I'm gonna delete you. I'm gonna delete your mama. Everybody getting deleted. Then they go do it.
Here we go. I'm gonna let this keep playing. Hit the like button.
Because these is not all women. I'm sorry.
Okay.
These are.
But y'all be supporting the NBA young boys that be disrespectful to women. Y'all be choking your ass to it. Like.
Oh, I don't.
Some people be supportive.
Okay,
So,
but
do y'all find? All right,
Yeah.
y'all say we disrespectful, right?
Very much.
What would be an example of disrespect that you refer to?
All right, disrespectful as far as you're saying, oh, because these bitches, all these bitches just want money and they want this and they want that. Well, what kind of bitch you into? Because these is not all women. I'm sorry.
Okay.
These are not all women. Like, so, oh, these bitches, they want money and they want this and they want that. They want you to have a car and they want you. What bitches are you into? Okay, that's the basic. We want you to have, what is this? Transportations and the basic shit.
Oh,
But
so
like,
y'all do want to have a car?
You don't have to have a car, but have a
trans-
job.
This day and age, yeah, you
Like,
need some
it
type of
doesn't
way to
have
get
to be
around.
just basically
Let's be
have
real.
so he wasn't lying when he
So
said
he wasn't
that.
lying.
have something going. But we
say this.
to have the basics.
Let me say this.
So, but he
have
wasn't
the
okay. So he was saying about
So
the
what do
bitch.
you
So-
expect the woman
So
to
what
have?
he said is true.
No.
as far as what?
That y'all wanted to have.
No, but my thing is, but
No.
you're
Y'all
mad.
wanted to have some kind of money.
No. But
Car.
you're mad about it, and
Oh,
you're
you're
mad,
mad about
not
it?
you,
Oh, okay.
but in general,
Uh-huh.
the men podcasters.
Okay.
Like you're mad about that, and these bitches are this, and they're here for
You
your
know what
money,
I really
and you don't
believe
even
too?
have a
Oh,
coin.
Let me
to
let me
have.
say
Let me-
these
You
like
don't
that.
even have
They
a
be going in
coin,
with
Let me-
and you're talking about.
Let me ask you a question.
This bitch
No, you
want
know
my
what it
money.
really
Well, I don't
is?
want your nickel,
You know what it
bitch.
really
That's
is?
secluded
The
to
guys
certain
want us
podcasters.
to accept the bare
And-
minimum.
Yes, and that's
That's what it really
fucked up.
is.
Let me ask you a
Now
question.
that's that. What?
Let me ask you a question. What group of women is he referring to when he talking about
Black, always.
black women?
When you say
Alright.
women want money, that's what we talking about, right?
They
Right.
ain't talking about
All
nobody
women want
else.
money.
You know why they ain't talking about nobody else? I'm sorry to cut you off. Because honestly, how I feel is it's only the black people who is always talking about women being provided for. Literally. It's no fucking other.
That's incorrect.
Who?
That's 100% incorrect.
Who else?
Listen, I'm gonna have to quote this out because I'm tired of women saying this.
Who else?
Hold on.
Look it up.
I can name some podcasts right now.
Look it
I
up.
can name some podcasts with way bigger followings than any black creator. Look up the whatever podcast, 4 million.
No, I'm telling you to look it up.
No.
Let me say this.
Hold on. I have to dispel this.
What's the statement?
I'm trying.
I'm loud.
I'm trying. There's this misconception that is only black men that are having these conversations or are frustrated with their women. It's absolutely 100% false. I have seen white men with way larger podcast numbers than any black content creator talking about the same talking points, talking about the 50-50 shit, talking about women ain't this, that, and the third, have the same outlets. So the thing is, these women don't be in those fields to understand what's going on. All y'all do is follow the shade room, baller alert. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all don't know what's going on in these other communities because they are having these same exact conversations. And I can name
No.
Other races.
Y'all better go listen to them. Y'all better go listen to them.
Traditionally,
the manosphere itself, the concept of the manosphere, the red pill, started with white men.
People,
white men have created that space, and it's just black men have the last couple of years started to get into that. But this has something that's been going on. What's that white nigga that was on the radio back in the day that was just saying, Howard Stern was doing all this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this has been going on. It's just black men have recently had a voice in America.
There we go. That part. And we seen this less than, but like you said, all races of men deal with similar issues. All right. And, like you said, the white guys was up here first. We found out about it, after the Ricky Lake and, all them crazy shows where men had no voice. And we said, hell, it's somewhere where we can speak now.
And you know what? I've been saying that Brad and Chad, the Caucasian brother, he's the original OG of telling his woman, you too big, get your big self in the gym, put down that food. He the original OG. But he was man enough to say it. And shout out to all my emotionally intelligent melanated brothers out there. Us being so caring and loving and under Order 66, we dared not hold our women accountable, and that's why we here. And that's a problem. I understand. No party that holds power and authority wants to relinquish it. They won't. Understand something. The gynocracy at this time still has the power and authority for the most part. They ain't just gonna give it up. That's not human nature. You're gonna have to come take it. They're gonna fight tooth and nail. And it's to their detriment, though. It's unfortunate.
in America.
Period is that first of all we leave.
What's that?
Where you live?
Everything for the most part.
Exactly. And
Everything.
Y'all gotta let other people talk.
Hold on, one time, y'all.
All
One
this,
time.
what he said and what you said, I think it stems from a negative mindset. So you get what you put into it, from not all the time, but most of the time, right? And I'm happy to agree with you as far as the whites and the other cultures and stuff like that, because realistically, I can't run my household how you run your household. We are two different cultures, but we set our sights to be like the Joneses, the other half, when in reality, that's not it for us. That would never, ever work for us. This is why we fail so much when it comes to living life or doing different things, because we always try to stick with a societal way of living and thinking, and that's not for us.
But who's societal way?
Whites.
White societal way?
Yes.
Or other countries?
Because whites.
Other white countries.
I'm talking about for America, because I don't know about
that's what I'm talking about. As far as blacks and Americans, we the men 50-50.
We live in a Western society where we have feminism running rampant.
And which is okay.
None of these other countries got that. Like,
got what?
Feminism running rampant. Yeah. None of these other women is trying to compete with a man, talking about they just as strong as a man. They don't need a man. They're not doing none of that. They're not doing none of that.
But not all women try to compete with their men.
No,
Some
not
women
at all.
It's a very great percentage.
Very large. It's a very large.
Can I ask y'all ladies a question? Because y'all like to speak on how men are so vocal and we're saying all this. Where was this? Or did you guys have the same energy when women was just calling us gay on national TV? Black men cheat all forever. Yeah, black men ain't never home. They don't take care of their kids. They are thugs. They belong in jail. Where was all this, this energy from the women that, because we were getting shit on for years. And we had to sit there. We didn't have a platform to voice ourselves.
And we didn't say take their mic.
And then we say, oh, shit.
All we can do, you know what? All black men can do in that moment was improve our image to the world, as we have done. We have dropped the, imprisonment rates from 1 in 3 down to 1 in 5, right? We are the most involved fathers. All this stuff. Black men, we have changed our image almost a whole 180 for the vast majority. It's the women who now need to, take heed to the message and do the same thing.
And the problem is that taking heed to the message, they have gone so long without constructive criticism that it hurts. I get it. Playing football, I've observed this. I know what I'm looking at. I wasn't the best student athlete myself at times. They don't like correction when you go on too long, man. They like, shoot, I'm at the top of the top. You can't tell me nothing. And now we telling them something. They like, nah, y'all wrong. But here's the thing, like I said, it's to their detriment. Because when all of this stupid gender war comes to a head and it's all done, it's not going to be the men that people ain't going to be saying feeling sorry for, whatever, the men that ain't got no women. No, they're going to be feeling sorry for the, Kev used to make the women say it, the homeless, lonely women. That's one thing we forgot about this. Kev was out here trying to save these sisters. He used to make them say where they was going to be when things didn't work out. Homeless. And that's what we seeing today. It ain't going to be the men suffer from this. And today's women likes to play on the fact that men are trying to better themselves. And as men, we should be stoic. And when you stoic, you really don't complain. It's like they use that masculine attribute against men. Be stoic, don't complain, just go along with it. But that ain't what's happening.
So at the end of the day, when men were faced with this shame, Raquel, we get you in here. We changed our image. So when he, the queen, said it ain't gonna work, it ain't gonna work. That's up to y'all to change. The men gonna keep moving forward. They'll find women. Men don't mind being alone as far as not being married, and they can sleep with 5, 6, however many women they want. So men can play this game and outlast the women. Where you at, Raquel?
I agree with that. Those men that are on the podcast talking to those women sitting on the couch, I don't know if any of those women are married, but I guarantee you the men that are there that are not married will be married before those women. Like they are not it. And all of that masculine, like, look at how they're talking. Like, it's just like, who wants that? Who is signing up for that? I just, yeah, they're busted and dusted. And I really truly feel like you all did improve yourselves. And as you all improved yourselves, we, or the women that are like this now, just felt like, there was nothing that they needed to work on and they were all perfect. And now look at them, all 400 some odd pounds, looking like the M&M's bag. That's just, yeah, no good, no bueno. And when to talk about other cultures, since I'm half in one culture and half in another, I can tell you that white men, Spanish men, German men talk like this about women. They talk about fat women. My mother is the middle child of 3 children, and her father nicknamed her Fatty because she was the fat child. And in Germany, they don't sugarcoat anything. If you're ugly, your dad is going to tell you you can't be in beauty pageants, and he's going to say it in a very loving way. You need to play the clarinet because you can't be in beauty pageants. And that will be him preparing her for the kind of man she goes after when she gets out of her dad's house, because she knows she ain't winning no beauty pageants, so she shouldn't be trying to go after Brad Pitt. It's a level setting. Spanish men do it all the time. My grandfather told me, you can come here and have summer love, but these Spanish boys will not marry you. Did I ever try to get with a Spanish man? No, because I know that I am not what they want. Right? So I don't even go there. I'm not even offended by it. It's fine. Your culture is your culture. My culture is my culture. But do they not do it just because are women not ornery there? Yes, they are. But they also have to deal with consequences. When you step out of line and disrespect a man, he usually puts his hands on you. Like, my grandfather is the only man that ever beat me for smacking my teeth at him. You don't disrespect no man. Men in other countries don't accept all this wild talking back, and they especially don't allow women to dress and act like this in the world, in their countries, because they know that children are watching, and it's the men's responsibility to carry on the society in structure. Like, we need structure. So I agree with y'all. I try to be like Heathen Queen and, try to see it the women's way a little bit. And the more I look at it and I watch these videos of the same ladies getting on Kendra, or like these women on this podcast, they all have this weird masculine meanness about them. I don't even see how men pick them to be on the podcast, because they're so nasty. It's basically just to get views in a fight, because you don't learn anything from them other than what not to look like. Like, none of them have said anything that made me scratch my head. There's been times where Heathen Queen has me get off this laptop and I'm thinking like, okay, I could have said that better, or I need to do a better job at how I relay things. Like, I learned from you, Heathen Queen. So even though you get up here and you speak a lot for the women that Gavin and Mr. Walker are speaking against, like trying to give them an argument, I do learn a lot from it. But I don't agree with them. I don't agree that the guys that are simping for them are the guys that they're using as a template for all men. Real men aren't going for that kind of stuff. You're not going to get the guy simping for you, or the man that's not simping for you, to act like the man that's simping for you. The guy that's not simping, he has standards. And if you don't rise to meet them, he ain't fucking with you. So that's why you're alone, lady on the couch on the podcast. You're alone because no one's chosen you. It's not because you're not the one that you're in control and you get to choose. You don't get to say that. Like, just like you don't get to say that your street has lights and water running through the pipes in every house and a sewer. Men did that for you.
Shout out to Loki. Go do the 50 ball. He says, Raquel, time out. Because you said you learned something from HQ.
Yeah. Well, I can't argue. I cannot argue what she's saying. I can't argue what she's saying. The ladies on the couch have made the two fatal mistakes that women always make. They're overweight and they're combative with the conversation. So if they're overweight and combative with the conversation, already you're not the messenger, okay? So the whole point of that conversation, them sitting on the couch and explaining to them that other cultures do the same thing. They don't feel like other cultures do. Men have always had problems with women. It is what it is. Women have had problems with men. It is what it is, okay? So we have to learn from each other what to do and what not to do. Men have come a long way. We get it, but women want men to come along more. Women are responsible for the marriage rates being the way they are because they don't feel like they need to come to the table and be married. It just is what it is because they have the independence.
Did you say men?
I said women. Women are the reason why there's not in many marriages or there's not going to be marriages like they should be. Because women don't have to be married anymore. They get what they want. When people say, well, women are they getting the outcomes that they want?
I would say women are the reason for the marriage. I agree with you there. But you saying they don't have to be married is a lie.
They don't have to be married.
Now listen, and
We just had the woman up here last week with all them. They come up here crying with these kids. They are crying. They saying how hard it is out here.
They don't care. They don't. They it's evidenced by them continuing to have children without a husband.
That's insanity.
They don't require to be married. So
that's called insanity. Keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
They don't require marriage. They want a marriage, but they don't require it.
You saying they don't? We are telling you these women are clinically insane. That's something you need to wrestle around with. Quit saying, "Oh, they happy, they good." No, they are insane.
Then they need to stop having babies out of wedlock.
Hell, you can't tell insane people what to do.
If you want better outcomes, stop having babies out of wedlock.
Oh, we said we got to lock them up. We bringing lobotomies back. We've been talking about this stuff.
Yeah,
ain't nothing you can do outside of that. These people are clinical.
Yes, we have acknowledged that bonquishas and nug-nugs of the like are not responsible for their own actions. Actually, HQ, you let us know that they are victims of their own emotions. So we're going to take the ball completely out their court. Go ahead, take a nice, sturdy object to the Abdullah Mablam Gada. Yeah, straight vegetables.
Here we go. I'm going to let this go. We'll grab these super chats here in 1 second.
Put them bitches up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't do it.
Yes, I did. Y'all got podcast and said, "Shut up, bitch."
You talking about recent? You talking about over 30?
Oh,
you talking
50?
about? I'm saying women been controlling the narrative of black men for over decades,
and we still never said "shut up, bitch."
We still ain't say that. Stems back to the government and the
women and men.
media.
Not everybody is like that.
That's
We're not all like that. I didn't say all men will get all men is
But did you have a problem? But did you have a problem? But did you have a problem when he was saying all these talk shows was out shitting on men? Did y'all have a problem with that? Nobody had a problem with that. Y'all was tuned in.
Yeah, the women saying, "Oh, I got a good one at home." Where they was at?
No, but it is some women that be like, not women. Like when girls be like, y'all can't depend on y'all man. Some girls be like, depend on mine.
Exactly.
I don't know what's up and down, going back.
What we're trying to say is, for decades, daytime television have pandered to women, and I'm not even saying specifically black women, just women in general. They have pandered to their feelings by saying, "Oh, niggas ain't shit. Oh, girl, if your man cheated on you, like that."
I will
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
I do feel like men, we need to uplift y'all and love y'all a little more. I will say this because I feel because
I got some making up to do.
I do appreciate you saying that.
I really feel like they really like men. They treat men like shit, especially black men. It'd be like this is why we don't have a lot of them in the household, because it's like they kill y'all, they put y'all in jail, they do this, they ain't shit, they this, and it's really men who are good men, but we don't appreciate. Sometimes women don't appreciate a good man because we are used to. This is when it goes back to we so used to doing it by ourselves and all that. So when a good man come, you almost scared to really give him all your love because it's like, what if I give him my love and he leave or he
that trauma?
It's like we scared, but we want to love y'all. We trust me, it's women who would love to worship the ground you walk on and everything, but we so used to doing it by ourselves and having other people break women down, and we be looking like, well, where's our men that we the same way y'all want us to uplift y'all, we gonna try to uplift us too.
That's fair. I appreciate
am I Tyree's voice?
Not Tyrese.
Because I really need to know
not the Tyrese the envy. Not
that one. But
he was wilding, but
more like what more do you want from me? Because I want to know, as a black man, what can we do to make you women feel more comfortable with us leading you? You get what I'm saying? Because we get to this point.
Be honest.
But look, I agree with you, right? We should be honest, right? Look, I'm not negating that, right? But women say, and I've heard a lot of black women say, that they feel more comfortable with other groups of men, whatever color or shade they are, rather than us. But these white motherfuckers ain't honest. Them Spanish motherfuckers ain't honest. But we have to, and we should be honest. I'm not saying that, but we're not held to the same standard that they are from our women.
Why would you be? We're not into them. We're into you.
No, but y'all listening to when I just heard a black woman say recently, dating a white man is crazy for me because he really makes me wake up 5 a.m. to go to the gym. And she was like, in my last relationship, I would never. So saying her experience with a black man, she would never listen to him. He couldn't make her go to the gym. But now this being in a relationship with this white man, she feels like she has to do it because she don't want to lose him. But if she would have did that for that man, imagine how successful that relationship
I want him, and I don't feel like you're worthy. I don't feel like you're worthy, and I.
Oh, y'all heard it. Listen, we just got to document some of this stuff. We listen and understand, gentlemen. These women sitting here, he said, what can we do to make y'all trust us? These women say, be honest. Says a woman with a wig and eyelashes on telling you to be honest. Give me a break. Who we at here?
And that holds weight. That ain't shallow. Weave eyelashes, because when all that stuff come off, we've seen from observing the sisters on Kendra and Ashley Dalton and then going to their IG, when they take that off, they are not the same person. Catfish heaven. So be honest. You be honest. We know men are visual. We acknowledge and respect that men are visual creatures. Why you put on this illusion?
But that's not the honesty that they're talking about. They're talking about
that's honesty we talking about.
Listen
to them. They up here talking about passing they past traumas and hurt from nugs and probably men they didn't qualify for onto their next man. That's a terrible excuse. That's the worst thing you could do.
All human beings do that. That's
stop. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yes,
everybody ain't hurt. Like, don't say
we gotta stop doing the all and everybody thing. We speaking about certain particular.
Every person has traumatic. If they have a traumatic experience,
every race have groups of people. Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
We are sitting here. We are sitting here looking at these women on the screen. Like, come on now.
What I'm saying, every person, if they have trauma, they pass it along into the next relationship, unless they have processed.
Every person. Quit saying every person.
I said every person who had trauma, not every person.
That still ain't true. That's not necessarily true. That's what I'm saying. You just make
unless they have processed the trauma. They will usually pass it along in the next relationship unless they have processed.
We don't know what percentage. Are you saying it's a large percentage of people? The majority?
Yes, majority. How many black people go to a psychiatrist or go to a counselor? Very rarely do you go to someone and talk out your problems. So therefore, you still have that trauma somewhere in a relationship when you walk into a new relationship. Oh, my last girlfriend lied, so now I got to keep my guard up. Because my last girlfriend lied. Oh, my last boyfriend cheated. Oh, I got to keep my guard up to see those red flags just in case he cheats.
That's a flawed way of thinking. That's a flawed way of thinking. Any man or woman thinking like that, oh, I gotta guard myself because a bad experience from the last relationship, 100% of the time I'm gonna say reflect on what you did, man or woman.
So you mean to tell me that's not true, or what am I saying?
Here we go. What I'm saying is, if they stop looking outward, like, oh, they hurt me, look what they did to me. No, most of us set ourselves up for this stuff. So what I'm saying is, they take some accountability, self-reflecting, like, you know what? I ain't worried about getting cheated on because I'm not the same person I was that got cheated on. I fixed myself. I bettered myself. I'm a new person, if you will. I'm more in shape. I got my finances together, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Move on and better themselves. But a lot of these sisters, especially, they moving on and they the same bone Quisha they was with this ninja. That's why they worried about I'm the same one. I'm gonna get the same result. That's my
men and women. Neither men nor women are going to someone to talk to them about their issues. The best case scenario is what you said. We process the information and then we move along accordingly. But most of us don't process the information accordingly, and so we just move on to a new relationship. People say that's old saying: "Get the best place to get over a person is to get under another person." Men do that all the time.
I hear what you're saying, HQ. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. You just got to stop speaking in absolutes, and that's all. Quit saying all. And
I said all people who have all people who have had trauma. Not all of us. Not all of us have had trauma. Is Jay up?
He trying. Your
Jay,
voice is
what
waking
you doing?
up.
Moving.
Your voice is waking. I'm telling.
You wrong.
Jay, what you doing, brother?
Wake up, Jay.
Give us a thumbs up, Jay, if you want to come back up, man.
Jay, he was up. He was moving. I saw his face.
So here we go. I'm gonna let this go. We'll get Raquel back up here.
I want him, and I don't feel like you can.
Let me say something. When a woman loves you and she sees a future with you, she will submit and be submissive.
But why don't y'all see that in black men? And y'all can see this in other groups of men.
No. This is men in general. Yeah. Like everything that you say, not all people feel like black men don't do it for us. It's you can love black men, Spanish men, Puerto Rican men, or white men, whatever it is that you love. But it goes to now. This white man probably said, "Listen, I want you to have a healthier life. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get up. We're gonna build your future. We're gonna do something." I'm sorry. No. But we're gonna, and she feels like this man is actually trying to help me better my life. So now I want to get up with him. I want to try something different. The black guy probably said, "I don't care if you get up, bitch. I'm going to sell drugs. I'm going to do whatever. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm going to do whatever." I stop myself.
I think we have
white motherfuckers selling drugs too. They selling cocaine.
I'm just saying, maybe the black guy didn't really do it for as far as push her. That's what I'm trying to get.
It's because the level of trauma and the not having that black father figure growing up, and we're in a white society where white men are put on these pedestals. So black women and women of other races feel like they have to compete. That white man is worthy of them, so they have to compete for that white man. It's a fact.
I'm not even gonna only say white man. What I really want to say is sometimes women hold men with money.
All these white niggas don't got money.
Hey, bro,
I've seen black black women with white niggas that's riding city bikes with fucking 5 roommates. They give him a chance. They give him a chance, but the black nigga, he a bum ass nigga. Like, this is real shit.
Some women, what you're saying when you like, oh, the white guy, she's kind of women, not all the time. They will hold men with money of higher value. Like, no, I'm gonna behave more. I'm gonna listen more. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do more because he haven't. But that's something that she's trying to get. Not all women feel like white. I don't, not to say it like that, but I don't want to date no white man. I don't care if you broke, if you rich or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't do it for me. But if it's a man, whether you black, whether you Spanish, or if you pushing me and you making me feel like, I would be like, I'm gonna take a chance with him. Now, my other guy who probably was black didn't do this for me. Just go back to being, if I feel like you got a shoulder on your head and you level headed and you
so basically me to do what you're saying is every situation is peculiar to that particular person.
As far as what?
Like with relationships, or you want to be in a relationship or whatever. So it's not secluded to just like one particular race is what you're saying.
I'm not saying race, I'm just saying men.
Oh, just men in general.
Because I feel like if you can be whatever race, black, this, if I feel like this is the man who's gonna push me, we could build something, we could go far, he got my back, I got his back, we could do it. I don't care what race you is.
But why the hell you can't push yourself? Not you in particular, but like
we talking about a man being in the household and being with you in a relationship. That's what we talking about, a relationship.
I think these conversations boil down to I think men and women need to listen to each other because we all have experiences with one another. You know what I mean? Traumas with one another.
Comprehended as well.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. So what you said about your experiences with whatever the case is, you know, we want to be able to listen to you, and then I want y'all to, without rolling your eyes or sucking your teeth, be able to listen to us, because men, especially Black men, we do have our fair share experiences with Black women that do paint our narrative about Black women, like just how Black women have the same thing. But I do think it's a bit disingenuous. Like we don't condone any disrespect, especially with these other men podcasts. But I think we do need to have spaces for men to have their own platforms to actually be able to speak about certain issues. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying in a disrespectful manner, you know what I mean? But in a way where other people could resonate, because there's a reason why men seem to gravitate towards these podcasts, because they have probably experienced shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can relate to the content. If the content is relatable, people want to listen to it. Like, you get what I'm saying? I've seen these divested women. I don't know if y'all know about divestors. But anyways, women that want to
say you should have.
They say some of the most horrendous things about Black men, and in pursuit of white men. They say, "Girl, don't get with no Black man. Get your white man. They dusty. They deserve to die." I could send y'all after this show. I could let y'all listen to a Clubhouse group chat with nothing but Black women talking about their appreciation for white men and Black men should die. I'm gonna play it for y'all.
That's all Black women that was on.
Yeah, that's what it is. I feel like they're so. I feel like they're upset more so because Black men, they do it the most. Black men, they be like, "Oh, white women, y'all hold them on like a pedestal."
Holy hell, she sound like tyranny. Here we go. Hell. These women, why do y'all think that? Like, seriously, that's sick work.
Ain't no way. Yeah, ain't no way.
We think that we think what? Why do we think what way?
Y'all think that Black men put white women on a pedestal?
Go ahead. What you got? Laughing like the Joker. Go ahead with it. What you got? I ain't never heard.
I can only observe. I say what I heard. I can only see what I heard, because I haven't experienced it. But I mean, sometimes you. I mean, I've heard women say, we can do the same. We okay in a profession, right? I've been a manager, right? But I've overheard people, regular workers, have conversations about, well, this person asked them, the sister asked the brothers to do something, and they'll do it because they're being asked. But if the white girl comes over here, she don't even have to ask. They'll just jump up and do whatever she wants them to do.
What are you talking about?
It's more of a like, if you're in a work environment and you have brothers and sisters, and then you may have one white girl or whatever. The Black women gotta ask the brother to do something. But if they see a white woman needing help, they just go ask the white woman for help. So therefore, you give Becky more respect, or you put her on a higher pedestal of needing help above a Black sister.
I want to say this right quick. So what you observed, and even the way you worded it, you said the melanated men will see this Caucasian sister needing help.
Right.
Now that's my thing. Other races of women don't mind acknowledging and saying they need help. Bonquisha don't need no help. The majority of our melanated sisters don't need no help.
And I'm telling you where the women got that feeling. They got that from.
It's self-inflicted.
I'm saying where they got it
from. Feeling is self-inflicted. Yes. Men, real men go to women that need help. Real men are more willing to cater to women that are feminine. And today's melanated women, especially the modern ones, are not feminine at all. So yeah, and I've said that many times. If you want to control a man, you control him with femininity, not masculinity. Y'all gonna fight.
I'm just telling you, that's where they got it from. Just what you said. That's where they got it from.
And it's self-inflicted.
Because you said she does. That's all you can do.
She said
I'm saying you. She said that. I'm telling you. You just confirmed what she's saying. So therefore, it's a true thing when the sisters say what they say.
But here's the thing: is they're saying it as if black men just came up with it. I'm saying it's self-inflicted. Melanated women did this to themselves.
What
Can we agree with that?
saying is what she's saying is you think the white girl. What she's saying is you think the white girl is better than her.
No,
no. What we saying is this.
That's what she's saying. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what she's saying.
I hear you. Now, Mr. Walker sat here and said, you know, men.
Or she's feeling. I'm sorry.
Well, listen, we say men do things for femininity. That's how you get a man to move. You just sat here and said, are you saying that y'all are not as feminine? That's pretty much what I'm reading from you.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying Mr. Walker confirmed what she said. Okay,
and what I'm saying,
her reason is different from Mr. Walker's. Walker's reason
let's say it's true what she's saying. Mm-hmm. She's saying that they are more inclined to help out a white woman. Mr. Walker said it has nothing to do with race. They're going to help the most feminine woman. So are we saying that y'all are the least feminine women?
And I'm saying what she.
Oh no, that's a question. That's a question. I'm not.
What
yes,
do you mean?
Are y'all the least feminine?
No.
Okay.
Women are feminine or unfeminine depending on their level of.
No, I'm talking about melanated women. Are they the least feminine out of all races of women?
I'm saying there's unfeminine women in both races.
I understand that. I'm not asking you are there unfeminine women. I'm saying are y'all?
And I'm saying no. There's unfeminine in all races. There's feminine in all races. So therefore, you can't say that.
And this is the cap because we can hone down issues down to just a melanated men. Melanated men is broke, dusty, bad fathers, but we can't sit here and say that melanated women are the least feminine with observable reality. This is 100% observable. Are we really playing this game?
Yeah, but are you in the white community that you could say that?
Ain't got to be. I've been around enough. Matter of fact, yes, I have.
I'm saying if that's all you
is feminine. Pearl, she's white. She's a podcaster. She's not feminine.
Not at all.
I'm true.
Saying you cannot say 100. You cannot say for a fact that.
HQ's but shout out to Better Believes Me. Come through the 20 and the timeout. Says you said, she said, get out of here, HQ. Appreciate you. Better Believes Me. Shout out to Lil Keek up through at the 50 ball and Mo timeout action for HQ. Says HQ timeout. They are least feminine. And I don't say that with pride and ego. I say that with shame. I love our melanated sisters. It should. I hope it show, but it's observable, man. I've been in too many places, too many locations where you can sit there and compare. I swear to goodness, when me and Gab became general contractors and we found ourselves in the city more days than not, we got to really experience. You walk down the street, go grab something to eat, and you got, Caucasian women, Asian, they sit there and just give you a pleasant smile, nothing that just a smile, and then you like, oh.
And I'll say this, I'll say HQ, it's observable reality. I think the problem would have been, this is what we talked about earlier with conceding. We're saying, you know what? Acting like we incriminate ourselves all the time. It's called being self-aware. Looking in the mirror, y'all look at it as incriminating because you don't want to sit here and say, well, we are the most masculine. Then you can start naming things y'all can do to change. And, or you can sit here. I would even accept if you'd have went victim Olympics and said, yeah, we the most masculine, but we went through Jim Crow and slavery. If you would have said that's normally the typical answer. The answer is never, to be combative and say, no, we're not. We're feminine women. That's not. Normally the answer is y'all are right, but we've been through slavery, and they go down that whole rabbit hole. But when you just want to sit here and argue observable reality, something that we all see and know, is why you in the gulag.
There you go. You can't fight that. Like I said, we ain't saying it to poke. We're saying it to raise awareness so maybe our sisters can observe some of this red pill content and make positive changes. We don't mind having egg on our face if these sisters was to do a complete 180 overnight. That would be absolutely glorious, but it also ain't gonna happen.
Oh, what you got, Raquel?
There, in no time have I ever seen a very feminine woman on these podcasts. And out of the ones that we saw tonight on this show, there were none. There was no feminine energy. There was just masculine and more of the same humdrum talking points, that don't. It's like, what are they saying? I don't get what they're saying. They're the best. They deserve the best. But look at what they look like.
They want men to be beta male submissive providers. They want you to get on your knees and worship me. Stop talking so much. Quit telling us what our problems is. Just shut the hell up and do what we tell y'all to do.
That's because they are modern women across the board have the I guess the privilege to work like men. And I understand their point of view. This is a part of my growth. Today's modern women, I get it. They work like men. They libido like men. They go out, work long hours, and just like men, at the end of a hard day, you want to eat a steak and hunch. And that's how they moving now. And that's why they don't value their man. And that's why they got these terroristic threats. They're like, I get my own money. Now I got freedom and I ain't got to listen to you. So what are you going to bring now? You got to bring more money.
Protection. I still need
They
guidance.
got straps. There you go. That. Thank you. You said protection. And there you go. Y'all keep asking, why are these sisters so big? Because they're more physically imposing. My God, yes, that's why they so big. Because you're gonna be little skinny nug gonna think twice before you jump on that purple pink shirt there with them glasses. She's liable to knock you out. I get it. That's why they so big. It's part of their transformation to a big strong boy.
Here we go. I'm letting this keep going. HQ will be up here. She got a couple more minutes. And let me let them land this.
More so, yeah, absolutely. Y'all hold them on the pedestal. Y'all feel like they're better than Black women. You know what I'm saying?
I do believe there's a percentage of men that,
that probably do agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to take that away from you.
Yeah.
Us personally,
other races in general. Because some Black men love Spanish girls.
Absolutely, you're right.
I think the misconception on that is because a lot of those women were raised to be wives. And I said this before on the show, like they whole life, their parents are raising them to then value a husband and follow his leadership.
Yeah. That's true. I could
where ours,
like they're bitter.
The women are raised to be
Black
independent.
women who's saying that about Black men, because I honestly feel like most Black women, we want to be with our men.
Yeah, I don't want no other race.
I'm telling you.
I don't know how many times
we want to be with our men. We're just upset that y'all don't love us. That's what it is. Y'all don't love us. How often
you hear a woman say, I don't need a nigga, or I could do it by myself?
I wouldn't say we don't love you. I feel like
that's what we feel like. Y'all don't stand up for us for nothing.
Well, here we go. You say men don't love y'all. Y'all don't love yourselves. Look at y'all. Especially this woman in the green. As big as you is with that wig on your head. Men are telling you, I don't want fake hair. I don't want big women. I don't want masculine women. You all of that. And you saying y'all don't love us. Y'all, because y'all are everything we are asking y'all not to be.
That was pretty daggone profound, Brother X. Yes. Can't love if you don't love yourself. Huh? Shout out to Brent Fayez. Yeah, man. That's it. There you go. I can't even add to that this big girthiness. You can't love yourself. You must have disdain for yourself. I remember when I was bigger than I should have been. Yeah, I went happy with myself. Listen here, I got it up off me. Go run till it hurts. It'll come up off you. But there you go. Ladies, Nug won't love you if you don't love yourself. How you know you love yourself? Don't deal with Nug.
Here we go.
Even if
men are dying out here defending Black women?
Yeah.
Who? Black men?
Yeah.
Yes. Who?
There was an incident
recently.
Because there's way more white. It's way more Black women that's taking backlash and who? Sir?
I thought you was about to say it's way more white men protecting Black women.
I'm about to end this show right now.
No.
she looked at me like, bitch. Are you really?
I can tell you,
absolutely not. I'm sorry.
There was one
Please
scenario.
don't edit that to make me say white man.
I
didn't say white man. I said black man.
We don't do that here. We don't do
Okay,
that.
I said black man. Okay.
I could give you guys one scenario where a woman who was married, I don't know her name, she was married. She called her brothers because the man that she was dating found out she was married and he broke up with her. She got so mad at him, she told her brothers that he hit her. The brothers then went to go protect her honor because they thought she was hit or beat. And they went, one of the brothers wound up getting killed because the man defended himself.
That football players.
I think that was on the news, wasn't it?
That's 4 black men going to protect a woman that they thought was getting hit.
Right.
You lying bitch.
And now one of them's dead, one of them's going to jail.
2 of them died.
You know, 2 of
them died.
And the other guys is going to jail, yeah.
It's been numerous situations where black men stepped in and lost their lives. And the recent situation in the parking lot where the man stepped in and he got killed.
No, which is cool.
Let me ask you a question though. Sure. Who do you think should be protecting these black women?
Black men.
Any
random black man walking on the street?
Absolutely. Because you know why?
That's dangerous.
Why not?
That's dangerous.
No, because if y'all think about it, because I just want to say this.
Because that's dangerous as fuck.
Man, and you cannot protect what you cannot control.
Boom.
We can't sit up here and tell y'all nothing. You say we want smaller women. Take every single thing a black man says to a black woman, they get pushback. And they say, but protect us though. Don't listen to this woman. You cannot control these women. They won't listen to anything, but they want to control you and tell you what to do. That is not a fair exchange.
At all. Don't do it. Don't be goofy like I was.
Can I talk?
In today's society,
because
like, girl,
why not?
Hold on, y'all.
Because my thing is, why not? Because if you look at the average people who get into, like, so if it's a Spanish person, Spanish girl who get into it with something, Spanish people want to stand for Spanish people.
They do stick together.
Period.
That's what you think.
That's what you think.
No, that's not.
What you think.
Anytime I see some Spanish people getting into it with some other Spanish people, they standing. They don't care.
Amongst another group of people.
Yes.
But not amongst their own people.
Black people don't stand up for each other.
You see that example?
And that's just it.
I
think sometimes we're disingenuous about this conversation because, again, our community, we love to put other people other races on a pedestal.
It's not about a pedestal.
Spanish women will tell you the same thing, that they don't feel protected.
What did we speak about from before? We don't stand up for each other.
But other cultures don't do it either. You so quick to be like, well, Spanish people do it. No, they don't.
So what
they only protect their family.
They family. Our culture to,
I understand what you're saying.
They protect their family, not protecting our strangers.
But then every culture is backlash, is bullshit.
Because that's like when you go in them Jewish areas, they stick together.
Thank you. All of the people stick together.
They have a community. You're talking about people that have a community and have a neighborhood watch.
Y'all still wrong. They're protecting each other amongst another group of people.
Yes.
Amongst their own people, they will not be the same way because this is where we're getting misconstrued. Because if as a black person, if I seen if we seen when, and this is a great example, when the white police officer does something to a black person, we unite.
We just pull out our phones and record.
But we don't.
Yeah, we do.
There's been marches. I'm not saying that we change anything, but just like if something happened in another community, they then form an alliance and then go against the other community. But in their own shit, they got their own shit going on where they not. I'm only obligated. Well, my point is, I'm only obligated to protect my lady and my children, my mother and my sister.
We was literally just talking about that from before. This is why black people are held back.
If you think Jose, John, Brad is gonna fucking protect any random woman and not care about prioritize his family, you're bugging.
But you know what? Sometimes people do that. They say,
and they lose their lives. We just gave an example of a black man protecting a stranger and lost his life.
So we say this in the beginning of black people don't stick together. We don't protect each other, and we come to this.
And that's why women need to find a good man that's going to protect her.
And this is why we need.
That's it. Just the man that.
And it come back to femininity. We just had a whole discussion about this. So a lot of times, as a man in 2024, we're using our common sense. You can evaluate a situation. You see Big Bone Quisha, like this woman in the green, and she over there cussing and hey, I'll punch you in the face and threatening people, you ain't about to step in. But if you see some little dainty feminine women saying, please, somebody help, get this monster off of me, you know, and she's in distress and she's fearing for her life and she ain't sitting there like, come on, round one, let's get it. You know, no, you got to be acting like a woman to get these results.
There you go. Nope, no more. I'm walking right past.
Yeah. So what you got, HQ?
Oh no, I don't believe in people. I believe in if a person needs help, then you help a person who needs help. It just depends on whether that's a phone call to the police, whether that's stepping in and you saying stop, or whether that's a full-fledged, full-throttled help. Do it in some way, shape, or form, regardless of whether you want to or not.
I don't agree.
9 times out of 10, a person can make a phone call and that'll even solve the issue. Nope. But I'm saying just to do nothing, I can't go along with not just doing anything. Even a phone call is better than doing nothing.
In what situation? What are we talking about?
I don't know. I'm just saying it depends on the situation.
I'm asking you, give me a scenario. What is going on?
I don't know. I see somebody. I see a young man getting pushed around and there's a whole bunch of men standing around him. Me as a female, I'm going to call 911. Even a simple phone call.
Well, you was talking about the opposite, though, a woman.
Or a man who sees a woman getting into an argument with somebody. Calling 911 is helping. Nobody said you had to run over there and say, hey, get off of that woman. You could call 911.
Nobody said that. That ain't never off the table. We said physically stepping in, but
I'm saying not all fights deserve an altercation. You're right. Sometimes you might go over there and she might say, "Get away from me. I can handle this." Okay, fine and dandy. I would still call 911.
You call 911.
I'd be walking away calling 911.
If they're just arguing, you saying you calling 911?
I mean, if they're disturbing to the point that I think she's about to get hit, or they're about to fight, or anything like that. I see two women. I'm calling the police. I'm just that type of person.
In this case, we talk about men and women. Why wouldn't she just walk away if she feared getting hit?
Because she don't fear getting hit. That's why she's not walking away.
And that's why the guy said early in the video when he said women in other countries, men don't have to deal with these issues because of stuff like that. It's different culture. So quit comparing yourself to everybody.
I'm not comparing myself to anybody. I'm saying the basic level of a human being to another human being would be a 911 phone call. Hey, I'm getting in my car and I'm calling 911, and that's all I'm going to do.
We never was opposed to that. If somebody's getting physically accosted,
I would still call 911. I wouldn't go over there and get into a physical altercation.
Oh, that's what we said. We said if somebody was getting physical, your man jumping on the woman, ain't nothing wrong with calling 911. That's fine.
Right. I mean, that's the bare minimum that you can do. I didn't say go over there and get beat up too. I'm saying call 911.
Yeah, go over there, get beat up, beat him up. Somebody get deleted. Somebody go to jail.
I wouldn't want you to take your life in your hands like that. I'd probably call 911.
But that's the gynocracy. We know that. Listen here, if you grew up in the hood and you got sisters, right, you was ordered by your mom and whoever to protect your sister. She could, no disrespect, your sister could be a whole 304. Mm-hmm. And your mom and them like, what the orders was. Your sister come, hey, so-and-so jumped on me. And now you got to go ride for your, like they said, for your sister's honor. And there's no honor to uphold. And young men out here getting deleted. So that's the side they don't see. And he's just saying, oh, these guys ain't protecting the sisters. Men ain't gonna men go where they're needed.
Yeah, but that's a family. That's a family. You're the only boy.
The loudest cry that the melanated woman has that rings to the melanated man's ears is, we don't need a man. We don't need you. So if you don't need them, why do you want them to act like you do? You don't need them. They got to lay in that bed. That's that. If you ask me, that was the swan song.
Yeah, but that's
at a fulfilling union with a man. They said they don't need a man.
Yeah, but that's the woman's failure. But that's no excuse for the man to have the failure in not being a protector and a provider.
You are smoking crack.
Just because I say,
themselves. No, you tripping. We don't condone.
What do you mean? You mean to tell me you're walking down the street and you see me being accosted, and I'm me and I'm an older woman, I'm being accosted. You mean to tell me you're just gonna walk right by without calling 911?
Nobody said that. Like I said,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying go over there physically. Sometimes you can, but the bare minimum is calling 911.
Well, this goes back to what I said in the beginning. We are speaking on brutish women arguing with men. I just said, if you're a feminine woman, an older elderly lady getting attacked, your purse snatched, of course it's in the man's instinct. He always gonna step in. But a lot of these women we were talking about, we can identify them off rip, and we know y'all are problematic. We don't want nothing to do with it. So we'll let you go, Raquel. What you got?
No, they're making the argument of men from other races. And if we're at a bullfight and some other man gets snazzy with my mom and my grandfather has a problem with the way that man is talking to my mom, my grandfather will probably put his hands on him. But the same goes for his wife and his daughter. If they get out of pocket and they're out of line, he's going to put his hands on them to get the situation under control. So while these women are bringing up these other cultures that they're trying to big up and say, oh, they're so great, they do this for their women. Well, they also correct their women with physical actions. They don't waste their time talking to them until they're blue in the face. They get results immediately. And if they can't get the results, then they take what you need from them so that you can have a successful, happy life, So my grandfather is not going to give resources to my mother, her sister, or my grandmother if they don't fall under his leadership. And if they don't want to be under his leadership, then that's fine. They just don't get his money. He does not support them.
And another thing is, a lot of us learned lessons over the year. So we got to quit acting like this is something that happened overnight. A lot of men have been burnt when it came to this stuff. So here we go. I'm going to let this finish so we can get up out of here. Here we go.
The solution is
your daddy, your daddy, your brother, your uncle, your cousins. Those men.
Because honestly, I feel like black women, they step to the front of the line to protect black men.
Stop.
Yes, we do. We are the ones who really
just because y'all go and protest don't mean y'all step to the front. That's not the same thing. Ain't no black woman ever stepped in front of a black man like that. No, because what I'm saying.
Marches and then you gonna say that about protest.
No, because I think sometimes black women be like, oh, we defend black men. Hold on real quick. Hold on. No,
y'all talking about on social media and protesting.
Yes.
No, that's what we do. When do y'all ever? Y'all had Dr.
The same way you was talking about how when white officers is abusing black men. What y'all doing? Y'all the ones pulling y'all recording. Y'all the one recording.
Who?
Black women.
So you think black women out here stepping in between shit? Get the
you think black women out here stepping in between
shit?
See, y'all doing a lot of because y'all doing a lot of clustering, and y'all making this more general than not.
No, because we have to be specific. When black women say this, what are they defending black men from? Give me an example.
I mean, it's not about.
Give me an example.
Okay, it's not defending. It's more like putting it into the front. Putting it on the news.
Give me an example. When you say y'all to protect,
get you justice. That's it.
You can't.
Okay.
He already died.
What else could we do? We're not a man.
All right.
We're not a man.
But at the end of the day,
hold on. We're having a lot of side conversations. I don't know why, but
sorry.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, every man got a family to protect. So him risking his life to protect a random woman on the street.
All right, so that's what's holding black people back. Everybody just worrying about themselves.
No, what's holding
who said that?
What's holding black people back is the lack of community. That's what's holding black people back. The lack of community, the lack of nuclear families. That's what's holding us back.
Like I said from the beginning.
Yes, we need. If we start building more communities, more nuclear families, we would have that protection for our women and for ourselves. Like that's it. That's the solution.
I mean, what we tried in the government, they crashed it down. They burned it down.
So that mean don't try again.
I think this topic
Absolutely.
we agree to disagree.
That means don't try again, because if you try again, we're gonna do it again.
Listen to him. This is sick work. This goes back to what I was saying the other day. Most men, we out here with a fire extinguisher, putting the fire out. Bonquisha keep walking past, say, throwing gas on the fire and telling us how we are never gonna put it out. So
that's wild. She talking about Black Wall Street, man. Rest in peace to the ancestors in that disaster. And yeah, just because they burned it down, do you not understand that that's the objective? We're gonna show y'all ninjas don't try to be better. We're gonna burn down, and y'all best not do it again. I'm on record saying a couple times, cowardice, too much cowardice in our culture. Just stop trying. I'm over just not trying. This is what trying looks like.
And the more I'm up here and I'm learning, a lot of these sisters got some deep-rooted trauma issues. You would think it would be on the men, and I'm talking about, shout out to my girl Luna, going back to slavery and all of that. Y'all be the main ones, somebody having a grown discussion, and y'all start talking about slavery and Jim Crow instead of being in the moment, which is showing me that y'all have real issues that y'all need to deal with, because that's how y'all moving in this fear. Like, I get it. Y'all need to go get help. Men are here to protect y'all. It's a new day. It ain't 1825. Stop the cap.
And one of the easiest ways of getting out of that, scarcity mindset, if you ask me, is getting under the tutelage of a good man. That'll do it. I swear to goodness. You show me a married woman, a happily married woman that disagrees with me, and I eat these glasses. Yeah, these sisters delusional. They need help. They don't understand that.